Hi, I am Michael Thornhill, co-founder of Inner Truth Seekers. Today's video is an introduction to non-duality, specifically the way that we work with non-dual awareness at Inner Truth Seekers, and how you can embody your infinite self in everyday life and recognize the precious nature of the human existence and that there is a reason why we came to Earth. So, as a brief introduction, non-duality simplified is that non-duality is not two or oneness, and duality means two. So, another way to describe this is there is no separation. There is no separation between you and I. There's no separation between the world and ourselves. There's no separation between the computer and the table, or your hand and the phone, or whatever you're watching this video on. So non-duality simplified is that everything is one consciousness, one being. Now, the way that that gets used, interpreted, has so many different nuances to it. There's very many different ways that you can experience reality. And for us, the non-dual awareness and awakening is accessing that state of infinite oneness to be able to help positively contribute to the planetary shift towards love. All of our work also is trauma informed, so it incorporates the fact that people experience trauma. I know I have. Trauma has been a big part of my earlier life, so it's not about bypassing trauma, it's about integrating it and living from your true infinite self that hopefully doesn't feel as affected by the effects of trauma because you don't feel as identified as the person who has experienced the trauma. As we essentially question the nature of our reality and our existence, it's quite possible and probable that unconscious trauma may come to the surface, which is why all the work that we do is trauma informed, especially when it comes to non-duality. So just make sure that you're ready to integrate anything that arises before you go any further. So non-dual awakening simply really means that you are going to awaken to your infinite self. And more accurately, we should say that your person, your human experience, your personality awakens to the fact that you're already awakened. Your infinite self isn't awakening, it's already awakened. But you as a person have the experience of awakening to that infinite self. Non-duality itself is not an experience. We can have the experience of awakening to our non-dual self, but more accurately, in my understanding and my own direct awareness, it's about awakening to what is already there. So the analogy that I like to use here is about awakening from a dream. So just think about if you had a dream last night, when you woke up this morning, what is occurring in your awakened state was not an experience within the dream. It was something that was beyond it. So this is what non-duality is really pointing towards, is that non-duality is beyond experience. Now, the experience of awakening to non-duality we might have is we might have sensations, we might have feelings, we might get excited, we might get scared, but these are all still experiences within the dream of separation. There are many different approaches to awakening to your infinite self, but this nuanced approach is to recognize and come back to the fact that who you are exists beyond the experience. This is an access point for you to meditate on and ask yourself, who am I beyond these experiences? What exists beyond my experience? Just like when you awaken from the dream in the morning, it's about moving into an awareness or becoming aware of your state of being that is beyond the dream. And all experiences which we have are within the dream in this lifetime. So when we're having an experience, we can simply move or shift our attention and our awareness to our state of being that exists before and beyond the experience. But remember, the dream is relevant. We're not trying to say that the dream isn't important, or the things that happen in your experiences don't seem really real or have real consequences. We are just simply pointing towards the possibility for you to investigate directly is that something is before your experience, that something will be here after your experiences on Earth end. The beauty about non-dual inquiry is that it is a deeply personal inquiry. And that's the joy of it, is discovering it for yourself. It's about you becoming intimate with who you really are. Not about what someone says you are, or how you should feel, or what that experience of awakening to your true self should look like. It's simply an invitation for you to look. It's simply an invitation for you to inquire into your true nature. And one of the great ways that you can do that is just by becoming present, just by breathing with your own inner truth, doing your best to release any thoughts and recognize that something exists before the thoughts, that something is present whether you're aware of it or not, that presence stays present even when you are not aware of it. And as you breathe into that presence and become aware of that presence, ask yourself the simple question of what exists before my experiences. I hope this access point has been beneficial for you today. And if you would like to join our absolutely free 8-day Inner Truth immersion, sign up at innertruthseekers.com on our website. And if you resonate with this video and you'd like to see some more, please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. See you soon.